This is a fabulous activity to do with your DM pup because it requires no equipment except for treats. We're going to ask our pup to sit and then come into the stand. And that is all. So I take a treat and I put it at Bam's nose. This is us when he was very first presenting signs of DM. You can see how he's a little wiggly. He's starting to lose a little bit of coordination. So I just give him a little extra help. I put a treat at his nose and I raise the treat above his head. Notice that my treat is always connected to his nose. And I ask for the sit. Then I take a treat and I pull it a little bit forward and a little bit lower to ask him to come into the stand. What we're working on here is building up the muscles in the back end because we want to keep our DM pups as strong as possible. This will give them longevity, and they will start to lose that muscle mass when they stop using the legs. So the longer that we can keep the muscles strong, the better off they are. So again, you just repeat, asking your dog to sit, putting a treat at their nose and raising it over their head, and then put a treat at their nose and lure it slightly forward and a little bit lower. If your dog remains in the sit, your treat is too high and you need to lower it a little bit more. If your treat is too low, dogs who know down might down. The stand hand placement is right in the middle. Treat at the nose, forward, and a little bit lower. If your dog is eating kibble, you can always do this for mealtime. I would not feed them one piece of kibble at a time if I was feeding their dinner or breakfast this way. I would be feeding handfuls of food so I could get through the whole meal. Or I would take one piece of kibble at a time. I would just get 5 pieces of kibble, and then I'd ask for 5 sits and 5 stands, and then I would feed them the rest of their bowl. So we want to keep this very short and sweet in the beginning, so just ask for 5 sits, 5 stands, and we can build up over time slowly by adding 2 more every 4 days or so. Now it's your turn to try with your baby and just enjoy this time together, and always feel free to videotape it so you have these memories later, just like I have with my precious boy Bam.